Here, we explain how to minimize setup times. In order to use all the equipment effectively, here the resource evaluation scheduling parameters are set to load leveling. When we look at the scheduling results, we see that there are a lot of delays. In addition, there are many setups. To resolve these delays, let's re-examine the scheduling parameters. We want as few setups as possible, so we set resource evaluation to setup time minimization. When we reschedule, we can see that the schedule has minimized the number of setups. As a result, production has become efficient, and delays have been resolved. Let's check the extrusion process in detail. An extruder melts colored resin at high temperatures and extrudes it onto a stranded copper wire. When the color of the coated resin needs to be changed, a changeover is required for cleanup and heating. These changeovers are assigned as setups and are indicated with green bars. In the item specifications, we set the colors red, green, white, and black to the coating material of the coated wires. To assign a setup when a color is changed, we set color combinations and their setup times. We set the color before and after the changeover for the color combinations. The startup setup takes 120 minutes. When the color is changed to a darker color, the setup time is 60 minutes. For example, when switching from red to black, the setup time is 60 minutes. For all other cases, the setup time is 180 minutes. Decisions are made in descending sort order. Next, let's check the setup for the laying up process. When the number of core wires changes, a setup is required. The number of core wires is determined by item, so we set them in Item Master. Here, we have 3 core layups and 4 core layups. The startup setup takes 90 minutes. Changing the number of core wires takes 90 minutes in all cases. When we view the schedule result, we see that there are no setups. This is because we set setup time minimization waiting as the scheduling parameter, and assignments were made without setups. The sheath process requires the consideration of 2 specs: sheath material and the number of cores. Here, we have 2 types of sheath material: PVC-SH and PVC-SS, and 2 types of laying up: 3 cores and 4 cores. When the sheath material changes, 180 minutes is required for setup. When we check the schedule result, we see that the setup time of the first operation is 180 minutes. The setup times of all other operations are 90 minutes. This 90-minute setup is for changing the number of cores. As seen here, we can create efficient schedules with the least setups while taking into account setups due to changeovers in color and the like.